Hey everyone, it's Lauren Messiah, your personal fashion stylist here, and we are still in the Decoding the Dress Code series. In this series, I am breaking down various dress codes so you can get dressed with more confidence and not have to trip out about what you need to wear. Okay, so in the first video, we talked about what to wear to weddings. We broke down every single dress code that might show up on your invitation. In the last video in the series, we talked about dining out, so you can be dressed for every restaurant you go to. No schlubby dressing when you're going out to eat. And in this video, we're talking about the various dress codes that you will come across in your life in business. We spend most of our time at work, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what you do for a living. I love what I do, so I don't mind working all the time. But since you're spending so much time working, that is like usually people's main focus of their wardrobes. And if you don't work for yourself, you're probably going to have some sort of dress code that you have to adhere to. So I'm going to break down the different dress codes, give you a couple ideas of what you might wear to work, and hopefully it helps you out. So the first dress code is business formal. This is like the most businessy that you're gonna get when it comes to work. So if you're like a lawyer, for example, you might have this business formal dress code. This is a dress code where we're not really gonna mess around, okay? We mean business here. They have strict guidelines. You need to be covered up. You need to have closed-toe shoes. You might have to wear some sort of pantyhose. Like, your look in your personal style kind of takes a little bit of a back seat. Now, that's not to say that you can't have any personal style. I want you to have personal style. That's why these videos are here. That's why I do what I do for a living. But you have to understand that this is a place of work, and following their dress code and being conservative and buttoned up is the first priority. So you want to think about wearing a suit. You want to think about skirt suits. You want to think about business dresses that probably cover up your arms, closed-toe shoes, following the right colors. So anything in that company dress code, they're going to send out, like when you're after you get the job, they're like, here's what you have to do. Follow that stuff first. If you want to add your own flair and personal style into that look, then do that through jewelry. Do that through the color choices. If they say you have to wear a button-up blouse and it has to be long sleeve, like maybe you wear a red blouse, and that's the way you can kind of show your stuff. But we're not going to go so outside of the box because you have to express yourself. These are professions that they really want you to be a certain way, and sometimes you just have to accept that. So I have tons of other videos on the channel. My style type series, when I talk about the corporate cutie, check that one out for more ideas. But I want you to have fun with fabrics, with colors, with shoes, with jewelry and moderation. But please, please follow whatever your company says. This is the most formal and the most corporate of dress codes. The next one, which is a lot more common, it's business casual, and this one is very tricky when it comes to interpreting it. A lot of people put the casual before the business. It's not casual business, it's business casual. So you want your clothing to say business. This could be blazers, this could be button-up blouses, this could be a nice pointy toe pump, it could be a great pencil skirt. All of those are businessy, and when paired together, they give you that business formal. But once we start breaking it down and incorporating some more casual pieces, then we actually have a business casual wardrobe. So when I worked at AOL, it was business casual. So I would wear like a blazer, a button-up blouse, and I'd wear like a nice pair of dark wash jeans and a great pair of shoes. So the little piece of casual was the denim, or maybe it was a t-shirt under a blazer. Not like some obnoxious graphic tee, but like a nice tailored t-shirt. Or maybe it was that I was wearing something more businessy, but I incorporated it with like a nice flat or like a dressier pair of sneakers. So I want you to put the business first and the casual second. Make it like 75% business, 25% casual. You'll of course take the temperature of all of the different co-workers, and you'll look at what your boss is wearing, and you'll kind of calibrate. You know, it's a little bit different for every office, but I just want you to remember, business first, casual second. It's not the other way around. The next dress code is casual, or you might even hear it being called creative. So in this, it's kind of like an anything goes, but I still I just can't stress this enough, and you know how fired up I get about business and workwear wardrobes and all of that stuff, how people dress at interviews. Like, I get super fired up about it because I think that you should really respect your workplace, and you really should take into consideration all aspects of yourself when it comes to your career, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you perform in the workplace. I think they're all really related. So I might go more to the extreme here and I get a little bit fired up, but just because it's casual, it doesn't mean that you're not at work. So for this, I would encourage you to put the word business after. So we had business casual. Let's try casual business or creative business. So you could wear a really loud dress or a crazy necklace or a graphic tee or, God forbid, like a hoodie. You can wear those things, but I want you to wear them in the most polished way possible. I want it to look like you didn't just roll out of bed, like you put some intention into your wardrobe. Like me, I work in a very creative field. I run my own business. I have my own employees. I don't make them dress like business casual. It's definitely a more creative environment, but I want everyone to look like they got dressed with intention. Like, this is something that I would wear to work. I've got on ripped jeans. I have on this little leather jackety type of thing. But it looks like I got up and I showered, I got dressed, I put some makeup on, I got my heels on. I look like I'm ready to present myself to the world and to my employees and the whole nine, okay? My employees, they dress super cute, they're fashion forward. Like, we work in a fashion business, that's what we do. And I feel like they're appropriate for work. Now, if someone's rolling up in sweats, sure, the environment's casual, but to me, it's just a blatant F you that you're not taking your job seriously. So I want you to walk in with that intention, even if your dress code is super casual or super creative. We can't all be Mark Zuckerberg, okay, with our hoodies and our sneakers. We don't have that kind of genius to get those liberties. Maybe you do, but probably not, okay? So that's casual. And then the last dress code that I want to just talk about, it's not an official dress code, but it does come up, especially these days with work, is the whole work from home. And I've done a video on this in the past, what to wear when you work from home. Definitely check that one out. But again, the Laurent fire's coming out. You need to dress for your job. Even if you're just working from home, you're sitting at your dining room table, it's just you and your laptop, you still need to put out the proper energy to get your work done. And I won't go super deep because, again, I have another video on this, but even for me, what I've noticed is if I get dressed for work, if no employees are there, it's just me at my apartment, I work much differently if I'm in my yoga clothes or if I'm in real clothes. It's the energy that you're putting out. It's the intention that you got up, you got dressed, you're aligned with your brand, you're aligned with your intentions for your business. Dressing the part carries through on what you do. So I'm extremely passionate about that. Sure, no one would ever see you if you wore pajamas all day, but it does make a difference on how you feel, and the way you feel affects your performance. So when it comes to working from home, that dress code, I declare, is the no pajama zone. No pajamas, no workout clothes to work from home in. you need to put something on. And the tip that I always like to give is try to leave your house at least once a day. Whether it's to go to a coffee shop for a couple minutes to like get your morning coffee, or to work there for a few hours, or to walk, your dog to the park, like anywhere where you might see people where you would need to put clothes on, do that. So it will at least inspire you to put something on. Because trust me, like I'm human. I've had the days where I'm like, I'm really not gonna go anywhere and I'm gonna go to the gym at the end of the day anyways. So I'll just wear my gym clothes all day. I can feel the difference. It's not good. So force yourself out, go have lunch with someone so you can get in the habit of dressing for work, even if work is working from home. So those are the work dress codes. We broke down business formal, business casual, casual creative, and working from home. Hope those tips were helpful. I would love to hear your feedback in the comment section. Give me like your craziest work dress code story. I'd love to hear it. For me, when I started working at Nordstrom after college, they had actually a pretty strict dress code, which was strange. I don't know if they still do, but we had to wear pantyhose. So even if we wore open-toe shoes, we had to wear pantyhose. So they sold these ones that had an open toe. So your toes didn't have pantyhose on them. It was so horrible. I'm like, really? And then I got the job at AOL where I had to dress, even more worky. So that's my crazy story. Tell me yours in the comments. And be sure to subscribe while you're down there rooting around below this video. Subscribe to my channel because I have new videos all the time, including one last video in this Decoding the Dress Code series. In the next video, we're gonna talk about your dating dress code. I know, there's no real formal dress code for dating, but the stress that comes along with going on a date and getting dressed, I'm making up my own dress code. So that's the final video. Subscribe to the channel so you can see it, and I will catch you in the next one.